Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon, and it's time for another daily dose of dismal Disney. Geeky Sparkles is sitting this video out. You're stuck with me. We're going to talk about something that's always fun and exciting. Another Walt Disney Company lawsuit. Yeah, Disney is getting sued by their insurance company because they allege that they were, well, trying to claim too much coverage for COVID-related shutdowns that really weren't COVID-related. That's right. Their insurer would cover mandated shutdowns, but apparently Disney would shut productions down when they really didn't have to, and they're trying to get the insurance company to pay for that. And it's turning into kind of a big deal. I guess the insurance company says they're out about $10 million. That's pocket change for Mickey, but you know what? They're trying to claw back as much money as they possibly can these days because they were down and out for a year, right? So we're going to talk about that. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 204,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. It's greatly appreciated for sure. We do talk about Disney, we talk about animation, we talk about comic books, we talk about whatever interests us that day. And we've been talking a lot about Disney over the last couple of years because we've worked in and around the company. Geeky does run a theme park blog called Pirates and Princesses. If you go out to piratesandprincesses.net, there is objective Disney news out there, including this story that Disney was sued by their insurance company over COVID-19 Hollywood shutdown claims. Yeah, a lot of outlets are talking about this, that Disney's getting sued because, you know, what happened was there were all these, safety protocols that had to be put into place and a lot of productions shut down. But in the case of Disney, the insurance company alleges that they did not need to shut down. They did not need to shut down as long as they shut down. And sometimes their shutdowns were not state or federal mandated shutdowns. They just shut down because they could, I guess. Maybe they were trying to save money. I don't know. This version is coming from The Wrap. Disney sued by insurance company over COVID-related costs. The two sides disagree over whether certain claims are covered by insurance. So the Walt Disney Company is being sued by its insurer, who says it should not have to pay out certain claims related to the COVID-19 pandemic. I noticed all these articles, and we'll look at a couple different articles. They all fall short of calling Disney out for potential insurance fraud because they don't want to be responsible for that. They don't want Disney to come after them and say like, oh my God, you said insurance fraud. But that's kind of what we're talking about here. They're saying we should not have to pay when Disney chose to shut down and there was no mandate to shut down. In the lawsuit, Fireman's Fund Insurance says it does not dispute the claims related to the early months of the pandemic, known as the first wave claims. Those are covered under civil authority coverage, but the two sides cannot agree on what Fireman calls second wave claims and holiday hiatus claims. Fireman's explains second wave claims as follows. An example of a typical second wave claim would be a non-essential crew member testing positive for COVID-19. Production would be able to continue without this person, but for the fact that he or she has had face-to-face contact with the director. Having been exposed, the director is required to quarantine for 14 days, causing production to shut down even if he or she never tests positive or becomes ill. In the suit, Fireman says that Disney believes a claim of this type is covered under the policy. Fireman's disagrees. Now, Disney has some of the best lawyers on the planet. They absolutely would have pored over all the legalese in the contract. They would know damn well what the insurance covers and doesn't cover. And I have to wonder if they're not just trying to claw back some of their lost revenue by bilking the insurance company. Just speculation. Don't know for sure that's what's going on, but that is what these outlets seem to be saying without saying it. According to the suit, Disney has claimed the amount at dispute for these kinds of claims is around $10 million. As for the holiday hiatus claims, Fireman's argues that while it is customary for productions to shut down for 2 weeks before the holidays, Disney shut down for an additional 1 to 2 weeks because public health authorities in Los Angeles, Atlanta, and London expressed elevated concern during the 2021 holidays about then spiking COVID. So we're going to take an extra week or two off. The insurance company is going to pay for it because there's elevated concern. It's not a state mandate. It's not a federal mandate. The extended shutdown was not ordered. It was urged. And thus Fireman's believes it should not have to pay for that extra downtime. Yeah. You know what? This sounds like Disney possibly is taking advantage of the situation a little bit, just a little bit. This is coming from the LA Times. Disney sued by an insurer in Hollywood's latest COVID-19 coverage dispute. A lot of studios apparently getting in trouble or having to fight their insurance company for claims because, let's face it, the insurance company, it's like The Incredibles. They really don't want to pay you. They don't want to pay you, so they're going to find every reason not to pay you. But the flip side of that is these studios didn't have, movies in theaters for a year. A lot of them are doing very badly. So yeah, they're going to look for every opportunity they can to claw back some of that money. A Disney spokesman did not have an immediate comment to the LA Times. Actually, Disney blacklisted the LA Times, as I recall, because of the negative coverage of the Anaheim situation. I think it had something. I think it had something to do with either zoning or unions in Anaheim, and they blacklisted the LA Times from attending movie premieres. So they probably aren't going to speak to them anyway. So productions in California started up last year after Hollywood unions and studios agreed to protocols to prevent the spread of the coronavirus, including physical distancing and mandatory masking while not in front of the camera. Legal experts had long expected that insurance would be a point of contention between insurers and studios as shooting ramped up amid the pandemic. Additional health and safety protocols and shutdowns have added millions of dollars to the cost of film and TV shoots. The lawsuit against Disney is the latest in a major buildup of litigation surrounding the pandemic-related insurance claims in entertainment and other industries. In September, the production company behind the Ben Affleck heist thriller Hypnotic sued the insurance company over its refusal to extend coverage without excluding losses linked to COVID-19. So this is kind of interesting. So they talk about cast insurance being common in Hollywood. Yeah, because if somebody dies or whatever, gets injured, and they have to step off the movie. Fireman's Fund contends that expenses resulting from covered cast and crew members who are otherwise healthy being required to quarantine due to exposure to persons who tested positive are not covered. They're not covered. Neither is the extra 2 weeks off you took for the holidays, right? They said they should not be on the hook for the claims because, how do you prove it, right? Same with the holiday season. The complaint argues, for example, the company's civil authority coverage was not triggered by the government request, but would only be triggered by orders revoking permission to use or prohibit access to facilities. So they're basically saying, if the government didn't mandate it and you chose to halt production or send someone home or, take an extra 2 weeks off in the holidays because people are concerned, that's not our problem. It's not our problem, Disney. You chose to do it. You weren't forced to do it. You chose to do it, and we're not paying for it. So we'll see what happens. I think we're going to see a lot of lawsuits. This could drag out for years, I think, because, Hollywood was depending on this insurance. They were depending on bailouts. I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be pretty interesting, but I would not want to get into a lawsuit with Disney. If I were them, we know how they operate. So good luck with that. Disney always winds up. The house always wins. The mouse always wins. 9 times out of 10. Gonna wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.